What's going on, guys? This your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. We finna dive into the coaching career of none other than Stephanie White and her relationship with NCAA superstar coach Don Staley. For this one here, we gotta go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. About 2 weeks since Stephanie White has been announced to be the next head coach of the Indiana Fever. Now, with her rich history in the state of Indiana, a lot of new fans that's new to the WNBA don't know too much about Stephanie White. And trust me when I tell you, your boy John the Liquidator got you, because I've been on the hunt to find new information explaining a lot about Stephanie White's coaching career, a lot about her history in Indiana, and this is possibly going to be a two-part series video, pretty much detailing basically how she became a superstar coach, what it was like for her playing with Don Staley, and most definitely what it was like winning a WNBA championship. With all that being said, let's roll this first clip. Roll the footage.
Yeah, it's interesting because the year I was drafted was the year that the ABL folded. So I don't remember, the ABL was around for 3 years or something like that. And then the ABL folded. So we were in the same draft as all of these ABL players. And so, in the first round, the Charlotte Sting selected Dawn Staley.
Right.
And then I was selected in the second round. And I remember first and foremost thinking to myself, I get to play with Dawn Staley. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I think it was my freshman or sophomore year. That was my sophomore year. We played the Olympic team, and I'm sitting there trying to guard Dawn Staley.
Right.
And now I get to be a teammate of hers. And I get to continue to play basketball. I had fairly certainly wrapped my mind around the fact that I was going to be done really after college. And then this opportunity presented itself. And so I was just really excited and thankful. We don't really think when we're in it that it's ever going to end, even though we kind of know that. But to have an opportunity to play, and then the next year Indiana, has an expansion team and the opportunity to come home. But I played with Dawn, I played with Tracy Reed, I played with Vicky Bullitt.
My girl.
I played with Andrea Stenson. I played with those guys, Ron Mapp. I mean, all these players that were on that team that I had watched and I had heard about. It was just really cool to be.
So as you guys just heard in that clip there, Don Staley was a teammate of Stephanie White. They possibly could be really good friends. That's just food for thought, man. Let's get back to the footage.
To learn how to be a pro. And then you're playing in, Madison Square Garden and the Forum, at the time, the Forum, and all of these different NBA arenas. And it was just a really surreal feeling to be able to play. Reggie Miller's calling our games on Lifetime Network. I mean, just to be able to continue to do what we love and to do it at this level. I had no idea whether the league was going to be sustainable or not. I didn't care at the time.
Right.
I remember a few years later being a part of the first collective bargaining agreement and just wanting insurance all year round. Like, that was the big thing. Like, can we just please have insurance all year round? I'm getting paid to play basketball.
Right.
This is the best gig in the world. I'm going to continue to steal money for as long as I can. And just enjoy every moment.
Now, what's crazy about all of this is that she spoke about the first ever collective bargaining agreement. Now, that's dealing with the contracts. Now, we know there's currently an opt-out situation going on with the W today. So Stephanie White definitely have experience with this whole collective bargaining agreement thing. As she stated, she was a part of the very first one. Let's get back to the footage right now.
And it was a journey for you through the league. And once you decided to step away, what was the process like when you decided to retire?
Yeah, that was it was more physical than mental. I think I really had a hard time. I had 6 surgeries in 3 years. And I came back to Indiana. Fortunately, I was able to come back and play for the Fever. I'd had, a few issues, ankle issues. I had ankle surgeries and some other surgeries. And I just really started to get back into, like, not just game shape, but getting to play the game in the way that I knew how to play it. I mean, we certainly all changed roles at various points of our career. And I was getting back to feeling like the old Stephanie White at the time. And then I tore my ACL. And so, at that moment, I think in my mind, I was like, all right, I'm going to give this one more shot and I'm going to see how I feel. But I had also at that time been approached by a woman.
I remember that. It was an amazing run that season. And for Tamika to get it too,
Yes.
there's just a lot to that with all the injuries that she had throughout her career as well to that point. But when Lynn Dunn stepped away, you moved a couple inches over, you moved a chair over.
Yeah.
You became the head coach with the Indiana Fever and took the team to the finals in the WNBA in 2015. And that journey must have been a little bit different for you. I mean, everyone says that one chair over is a big difference maker. What was that difference maker for you? What did that feel like?
It was different. I mean, now you're not the supportive role, right? You're the one in charge of playing time. You're the one who's got to figure out rotations. You're the one who has to initiate staff discussions that help challenge and make your team grow. And you go through handling injuries, handling adversity, handling personalities, handling situations, all of those things. So, I was really just so lucky. And I talk about this all the time because I think that we miss the mark sometimes as head coaches and preparing assistant coaches to be head coaches. And I would have never understood that if it hadn't been for Lynn, because that's her sole objective is to win, but then to prepare that next generation of coaches, to prepare me, to prepare Klopp when he was there, right, to go be a head coach. And she did it in ways that you didn't even recognize, challenging you in meetings to really stick to the things that you believe in and are passionate about, your opinions and what you think we should do. There would be days where she would call me in the morning and say, hey, I forgot I had this whatever that I have to go to. You're going to run practice. And so I'd have to be planning practice, an hour before practice and then get out there and run it. And,
right.
And I look back and I'm like, were those intentional moments that she did that? Just to kind of throw me into the fire to make sure I could think on my feet, giving situations in practice and in the game where I could be in the huddles and drawing things up. And, I'm really thankful that my transition, while it was still a challenge and still difficult, that I was prepared for almost any situation that I was going to face, because she had put me in those positions. And that year we didn't start off well. I think we started off like, I don't know, 0-5, 0-6, I don't even know, but we didn't win very many games. Right. And then we headed off to the West Coast, and anybody who knows the WNBA knows that is not an easy trip.
No.
And we went on the West Coast, and we started with the win in Phoenix, and then I believe we won in LA and Seattle, and we just we started to get on a roll, and it was an adjustment period, right? And I think the benefit I have always had is that I've been in their shoes. Right. I'm going to listen to them, and I'm going to be straight with them, and I'm going to hold them accountable, but at the same time, I see what they see.
Yep.
And I feel what they feel. And so I can come at them with suggestions and with game plans or rotations, like asking Shavonte Zealous to come off the bench. I mean, Z, like, we need your energy off the bench. Like this, she had been a starter in this league. But she was able to do what we needed to do for our team to be successful. And that's what it takes. Yeah. We had a really good group. We caught fire at the right time, as you know, that it takes that in the WNBA. Yeah. And we had to make catchings.
Bottom line.
Right. Yes.
Period on that.
Exactly.
Right. But I know, I've been at coaching clinics with Lynn Dunn, and I know one of her favorite quotes or famous quotes was, when you're done learning, you're done. Right. And I know she has so many different quotes like that.
Stephanie White speaking about her experiences coaching and playing. But guys, like I stated in the first part of this video, it's going to be a 2-part series. I'll be cooking up the next video for you guys, but definitely get down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts about this. This is just to bring awareness, to let people know who Stephanie White really is. For those of you who might not know, in the comment section, let me know your thoughts about this. Keep them bells on, because you know what? I'm going to bring you the news. And until next time, man, shake the haters off. I'm out of here. Peace out. Shake the haters off.